You can buy your freedom. You can have a future. Isn't that what you're after?
We're already free.
Clearly, you're not paying attention to what's happening out there.
It is time for a new era.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Star Walker Presents. Today I'm reviewing the first episode of Season 2 of The Bad Batch on Disney+. There's lots of stuff to set up this season on this episode, so I'll break that down and then tell you what I think is the lesson or moral that can be provided in the episode for the characters. First, this episode is called Spoils of War. It begins on a pristine beach scene, but then things get started pretty quickly since our beloved characters are in the middle of some heist. Omega is still trying to become part of the group, still studying in the middle of a mission. Remember that Omega is basically a special female clone of Jango Fett and brother to Boba Fett. Of course, things get heated and she gets to get out of studying pretty quickly. Giant space crabs are attacking the ship and Omega uses her special light bow to fend them off. That is until Tech is able to pick her and the rest of the Bad Batch up at the last second. So much for a relaxing day at the beach. The team then goes back to Sid, and with her is a mysterious new pirate character, Fee. She sizes the team up, but isn't really confident in their abilities just yet. She leaves, and Sid reveals to the team that they're headed to the Outer Rim for a new mission. They're going to Castle Serrano, the former home of Count Dooku. The Empire has already started trying to pillage all the valuable items from the castle, since Dooku was fairly wealthy. But Sid and Fee want some of the loot too before it's all gone. Part of the Bad Batch thinks it's too much of a risk and refuses the mission at first. At least one of them, Hunter, is very wary of this predicament, but the rest want to go. As Sid explains it, it's only a matter of time before the Empire shuts her down, and that would mean no more missions for the team. However, she says this job to get Dooku's war chest would be more than previous jobs combined and could really buy their freedom. That convinces Hunter, who basically just wants a better future for Omega. On the way there, Echo reminds Hunter that while Omega is important, there are others that need their help as well. Clone Force 99 arrives to find the city already bombarded by Imperials from orbit. The Empire is already in the process of taking their targeted war chest off-world. The team attempts to proceed in a stealth-like fashion, but they have to get by dozens of stormtroopers and escort ships. Wrecker stealthily takes out a stormtrooper, and the team finds the part of their war chest that they need that contains more than enough for them. But then the trooper doesn't report in, and it puts the others on alert. The team blows up a couple of scout ships as a diversion, but it backfires when the stormtroopers investigate, and while they don't really know what's going on, they tell the shipment to take off instead. Hunter and Wrecker are already out with the loot, but Omega, Echo, and Tech are still aboard and can't get out of the shipping container. Hunter and Wrecker forego the stealth approach and stun troopers on the way to the container ship. They hold on as it takes off, but they quickly jump off before it gets too much higher. The team on the container ship plans to use an escape pod to get out before the bigger ship can jump into hyperspace. Of course, they encounter more stormtroopers on the way through the ship. The stormtroopers realize the team's plan and proceed to jettison all the escape pods since that's the only way off the ship. Because of her studies earlier on in the episode, Omega knows that they're on a Class 4 freighter, which is equipped with a re-entry thruster, so they can escape in a cargo container. Meanwhile, Hunter and Wrecker are trying to escape a firefight of their own. They eventually escape through a floor panel thanks to Wrecker. On the cargo ship, the rest of the team makes it to a cargo container and jettisons all the cargo. But the thrusters don't fire as expected, and the episode ends with the team seemingly plummeting to their deaths, and as well as the other members of the crew falling in a huge hole. But of course, this is just the first part of the two-part season premiere. Now to the lesson and moral learned by the characters in this episode. It does a great job once again reinforcing the dynamic of a family-like atmosphere of Clone Force 99. The team is really held together by the common thread of making sure Omega is taken care of. Each of the members has their own way of teaching. Tech seems to be the primary teacher for all things practical. Hunter is the overprotective parent that tries to do everything he can for her own good. Meanwhile, Wrecker and Echo contribute in other ways. Echo is also a reliable character that provides an alternative viewpoint for the leader Hunter, who consistently needs to rely on his brothers. The episode is fast-paced and makes a great comparison between Stormtroopers and the Bad Batch clones, and continues to establish callbacks to the Clone Wars, this time by linking Count Dooku to the episode. The show establishes that each member of the team has their own gifts that help each other. We're all given gifts, even when we think they may be insignificant sometimes. However, everyone has an important job to do, whether it's teaching, learning, or just giving an idea or two. So don't let the limelight of others dissuade you from using your own gifts. We're all in this together. Thanks so much for watching Star Walker Presents, and be sure to check out part 2 of the season opener of The Bad Batch Season 2. And remember, the Force will be with you always.
Let's get to work.